This video will be an introduction to digital reel, but first I will talk about the Pioneer Room, which is the local archive for the city of Escondido. The Pioneer Room was established in 1992 with a bequest from the local historian Francis Bevan Ryan. It contains items related to Escondido's history, including documents, manuscripts, photographs, clipping files, and archival collections. It also has microfilm from the various newspapers that were published in Escondido. In 2018, the Pioneer Room staff decided to have its microfilm digitized in order to help preserve Escondido's history. This was important because a lot of the microfilm, since it's plastic, was starting to degrade, and we didn't want to lose access to a lot of that history. The newspapers that are included are the Escondido Times, the Advocate, and the Times Advocate, and a month of the North County Times. The Escondido Times was the first newspaper. It was founded by A.J. Lindsay in 1885. The Advocate was founded by A.D. Dunn in 1891. And then the Times Advocate was founded in 1909 following the merger of the Escondido Times and the Advocate. And then later in December of 1995, the North County Times was formed, which merged the Oceanside Blade Citizen with the Escondido Times Advocate. Now, staff decided to complete the year of 1995. So that's one of the reasons we do have 1 month of the North County Times. But we chose not to digitize the North County Times because the newspaper was more focused on North County, San Diego than specific Escondido news. So all of our digitized newspapers are stored in the Digital Reel database, which is hosted by BMI Imaging. They scanned everything for us. They did 2 sets of scans. One was a low resolution scan and also a high resolution scan, which ends up affecting one of the tools. There's an enhancement button option, which is covered in the Digital Reel advanced video. Digital Reel is free to use, but it's important to note that it's only accessible in the library or the Pioneer Room, and that's because of copyright issues. You can access it through your own personal laptop over the library's Wi-Fi. No login is required. Those who would be interested in using Digital Reel would be local history researchers, historic home researchers, and family history researchers. We have a lot of people who come into the Pioneer Room for information on their houses, because Escondido does have a historic district. So the digital reel will be able to help with a lot of those historic homes. If more information is needed, the Pioneer Room does have accessory records, plot maps, and things that would be of interest to people who are researching their house. For people interested in just local history in general, the newspaper is going to have a ton of information. And what's nice is that you can search digital reel. It's not 100% accurate because it is searching through degraded newspaper scans. But if there are certain topics or certain events of interest, it's also important to note that the Pioneer Room does have a lot of local history books and clipping files if researchers are working in the Pioneer Room. And for people who are interested in family history, the newspaper or the digital reel has a lot of great information, especially obituaries, and being able to search that also makes it easier to find family members. Now, since digital reel isn't perfect with its search, if you do a search and no name comes up, we do suggest looking on the day that the death date and then 2 weeks after. And a lot of times you'll be able to find an obituary then. Now, you are able to find digital reel under 2 different locations from the library website. You can click on digital resources, which show all of the digital resources available to library patrons. And you can also find it under the Escondido History tab. And then once you click on either of those, you scroll down to digital reel, and then you can go ahead and click on the link that's provided. And this is a screenshot of what opens up when you go to digital reel. With this, shows you the various ways that you can search. There is a video called Digital Reel Basics where I show you the 3 search methods. And here is an example of after I searched and pulled up this. This is what it looks like. Shows the newspaper, and in the upper right corner you'll notice that there are a set of tools, a video that will demonstrate how to use those is Digital Reel Advanced. And then if you do need more information on how to use digital reel, after you've seen the tutorials, you can also contact Pioneer Room staff at the email address provided or the phone number. Staff are always willing to help. There is also an informational handout available as well, which staff can give you, and there's also one available on the website.